How's it going, everyone? I want to go over a really important topic with this video, and it's actually the drawdown and how it works from eval to pro. And when you're in pro, there's actually some metrics that you can look at on Tradovate that I'm going to show you exactly how to pull up that'll monitor where your drawdown is in comparison to where you're currently trading, so you know exactly where you're standing. Now, the difference between this, in eval, let's take a 50K account, for example, right? So let's go over to take profit here. And let's go to journey, new, and let's go to a 50K account. Well, you can tell right here that you have to hit a target of $3,000, right? Now, the intraday has been removed for $1,100, but the end of day is $2,000. So what does this mean? This means that within a day, let's say today's day one of trading, right? You can have a fluctuation of down $1,999, and if it comes back up and you end up getting in profit, you're still able to trade, and the next day it resets. Okay, end of day trailing drawdown. Now, that is good, but when you go to pro, it follows. Let me explain this a little bit more in detail. So let's just look at here for an example, right? Let's look at this chart. Let's say day one, this is where you're at. You're fresh into these accounts. You take a sell signal and you come down, you make $1,000. Awesome. Well, if you have a $2,000 buffer, right, and you make $1,000, well, doesn't that just follow you? Yeah. So day two, what is your buffer? $2,000. Okay. Let's say day two comes and you get into a position, and for some reason the market reacts against you, pushes you straight back up. You're trying to stay within the profit wave, goes even further, and bang, it shoots you out for $1,000. Okay. Day two, now where are you sitting at? Well, day two, you started on an eval with a $2,000 drawdown buffer, and you started, let's say, pro with a $2,000 because you made $1,000 the next day. Well, if you take a $1,000 loss, you now have on a pro account only a $1,000 buffer. Okay, so 50%. Let's say now you're on day three. Okay, first day you made 1,000, second day you lost 1,000. The difference now is your eval account still has a daily drawdown of $2,000, but your pro account only has a daily drawdown of $1,000 until it's blown. Okay, so if you get into a position, let's say you're trying to go long, and it comes against you, let's say it comes against you and you lose $500 on this trade. Well, okay, where's that now? Well, you now only have on your pro accounts a $500 buffer if this is closed out for a loss. Now on pro, you would take the 500 down, but again, the next day it restarts at 2,000. So what am I trying to get with this? The biggest difference between eval and pro is that the eval accounts allow your accounts to fluctuate way more on a daily basis, even if you lose trades the previous day, which gives you better odds of passing these accounts much quicker. Okay, we have to be real with that. In pro, I am not a fan, but I'm not a fan of daily drawdowns. And this is the reason for this, though. Yes, if you are trading your own funds, is a daily drawdown that follows you a traditional trading style? No. But what it does, and what it's actually taught me a lot, is it teaches us extremely good principles that if you're ever down in a trade, you need to close that out right away. And when you're in profit, you need to hold trades longer to capitalize on those moves. If you get into something and you're getting into buys and it comes against you, this needs to be closed out. It shouldn't be something that you wait, and then close out down here. The moment you have anything switch over, a lot of times what you'll notice is how many times have you guys had winning trades or losing trades to start, and it hits your stop loss or where you had it, but you move it down, you go swing low, swing high, and now you're down $500 to $1,000, if not even more, or your accounts are blown. Guys, I have done that in my past trading careers. I don't ever dollar cost average now into anything, but you know what? The market can change really quick, and we have to be on top of it. Now, I want to show you something. If you go over here to Tradovate, if you click the top left button over here, I know you guys can't really see it too much, but it's going to populate something that says accounts. Pull up accounts, and I want you just click and then drag it on your screen. What this will do is lay out all of your accounts, but it'll show you exactly where your auto drawdown is in the distance compared to where you're currently at. So let's just take this example for a second. Up $990 per account here. What would the drawdown be? Well, it would be $48,990, $2,000, right? So let's say, when you're in pro accounts, same thing here. Let's say you have a losing day and it's 500. What it's going to show is distance to daily loss is going to be $500. It'll show you the difference. So when you go to settings over here, click this top button and do columns. This will populate the account, the dollar open P&L, and the drawdown auto level. I have these two added, distance and distance to daily loss limit, that I like to have on my chart always. And this is what I can look at. So now I know, take this one step further. Let's say your drawdown is $1,000 instead of $2,000. Well, guess what? If you hit $1,000, your account's blown. What I would say is, let's take maybe half of that. Let's risk half. Let's risk $500. Okay, so 500. You go back to your charts and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to enter a trade. Do I have enough to make this swing $500 or less to be able to be within everything to come down and make a profit on the trade? So you can use this loss limit when you get to pro as an adjustment measurement of how you can put your stops and how much you can max potentially lose before a trade goes in your favor from market fluctuation, so you don't get stopped out of your trades and you blow accounts. So to sum this up really quick is the eval accounts do not trail, and it's a $2,000 daily loss limit. When you go to pro, it follows you. It's why when you go to pro and when you're trying to get payouts, it is technically a bit more difficult to get to the payout side of it, because psychologically we've been programmed that we have that buffer each day. The biggest things that have helped me, and I'm not perfect at this, you guys know that, but the biggest thing that's helped me with these accounts is the amount of contracts you're trading has had the biggest impact. Now, a 50K account should only be trading with 5 micros to start and then adding to the position. If you're trading a 150K account, the max that I like is to start with 1 to 2 minis and then add to that position as you get in profit. Why I say this is because you need, market fluctuation. It happens all the time. You're going to get these spikes. You're going to get spiked in, spiked out all the time. It just happens. But if you leverage up too high, you're going to blow the accounts quicker. So I want you to lose with 5 micros, but I want you to win with 10 micros. Okay? So just keep this in mind. I hope you found this very helpful on how to set this up. Tradovate is an extremely good platform to be able to show all this, where you can keep track of all these metrics to say exactly when this is open. When you buy or sell the market, it'll say all this information so you can keep an eye on and be like, okay, if it's getting close, I probably want to close it out. Is it close to my mark that I don't want to hit? Then I just close it out. Okay? So this is how I specifically do it myself, so I can keep an eye on it. This is also why I decided with the video that you guys saw recently to actually, with my pro accounts, to go ahead and just cancel them and take the remaining funds out, because it was too close to the drawdown that I wasn't going to have enough room for fluctuation, and that's why I decided to reset them. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, found a lot of good education within this, and hopefully now you can kind of understand the difference for drawdown on evals compared to pro. Take care. God bless.